Testing, testing. Oh, I should turn this off. Testing, testing.
It's warmer in here today.
Yeah, it's not bad. Whoa, I was testing. Good morning. We're going to get started by checking the hands on Zoom. Caller Jill. Do you wish to speak on general public comment or on any of the items on our agenda today?
General public comment.
Thank you. Speak louder. Mona M., would you like to speak on general public comment or any of the items on our agenda today?
Good morning. Yes, I would like public comment. However, your mic is really kind of messing up. It's hard to hear you.
Thank you so much. We're working on that.
Thank you.
Caller Yvonne, do you wish to speak on general public comment or any of the items on our agenda today?
Yes, general public comment and items 1 and 2, please.
And just to make sure I heard you correctly, that was general public comment and items 1 and 2?
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Am I okay now? Okay. Thank you. Good morning, Audit LA. Would you wish to speak on general public comment or any of the items on our agenda today?
Good morning. Yes, I would. I'd like to do public comment and all agenda items. And good morning to Commissioner Grant sitting over there, ready to work.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Caller Muriel, would you wish to speak on general public comment or any of the items on our agenda today?
Hi. General comment and all agenda items. Thank you.
Thank you. Caller Gigi's phone, would you like to offer general public comment or comment on multiple agenda items today?
Just general.
Thank you. Love it. So, okay. Caller Carla, would you like to offer general public comment or comment on multiple agenda items today?
Good morning. I would like to offer a general comment, please.
Thank you. Caller LLNY, do you wish to speak on general public comment or comment on any of our agenda items today?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's LI, Long Island. General comment, please.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning, Vice President Chavez. We are now in record mode and ready to get started.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the regular meeting of the Board of Public Works. Today is Friday, February 7th, and President Corsan is absent on city business today, so I will be chairing today's meeting. Ms. Matson, will you please take roll and establish quorum?
Good morning, Vice President Chavez and board members. I am Elise Matson, Executive Officer with the Board of Public Works, taking roll in establishing quorum. As Vice President Chavez mentioned, President Corsand is not present. Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant, Commissioner King, and Commissioner Mitchell are all present, and we have a quorum. We are also joined by City Attorney Representative Daryl Field. And again, I am Elise Matson, Executive Officer. Vice President Chavez, we have one general public comment card for in-person comment, no multiple item agenda comment cards for in-person, 7 speakers on the Zoom platform for general public comment, and 3 speakers on the Zoom platform for multiple agenda item comment. We have no single item agenda comments and no neighborhood council commentary.
Okay, great. So as a reminder, we'll take general public comment first. This is an opportunity for the public to address the board on public interest items. Will be provided up to 1 minute per person for a cumulative total of 10 minutes for the general public comment segment of each meeting. Testimony shall be limited in content to matters which are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board. The board may not take any action on matters discussed during the public comment period. So first for general public comment, we'll take Dr. Tom Williams. Please come up to the microphone.
Good morning. Dr. Tom Williams, Northeast LA, El Sereno, 40-year resident there. I'm going to be starting a search for all the documents pertinent to a place called Magpie Lane. It's on Zemis, and we are trying to find out what's going on, because although it's laid out 9 parcels and a new road, no information is available from both the client and from DPW. So we're trying to find out who did it, what is its current status, because we understand right now that it is done, finished, no more involvement. So we're going to be trying to find out, just to inform the local residents. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll now move over to virtual public comment.
Caller Jill, go ahead, you have 1 minute.
Okay, hi, I'm here to complain again. You guys still haven't moved the planters on L. Ron Hubbard Way around the Scientology compound. Who's pulling your strings still to not allow you to remove the planters that have been ordered to have been removed? It doesn't look good because everybody keeps calling you guys. At least seems like someone is behind you. As I said, there seems to be some sort of deep city government, a shadow government that's warning you not to do that. Somebody's going to get to the bottom of this. Bye.
Thank you. Caller Mona M, you have 1 minute, go ahead.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Hello, board. It's me again, Mona. I was watching a city council video yesterday about LRH Way. The young lady was relenting and requesting, talking about the street closures, the fire lanes being blocked, shrubbery and planters placed at the end of the street blocking entrance and exits, having to show ID to get in and out of their own homes. Was that yesterday? No. Do you think? No, this was Samantha Frank from 9/17/2008. There was also a video from 2001. Come on, you guys. The city has been held hostage over this street way too long. Knock it off. No one is going to allow it to go on anymore. Scientology does not own the city, or do they? Thank you, and I yield back my time.
Thank you. Caller Yvonne, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'd like to begin the investigation into how many meetings you and the department heads of Public Works have held with the Scientology's lobbyist firm, Brusher Goldsmith and Delvac, and how far down into the civil servants are your lobbying firms allowed to be in contact? These deals being made behind closed doors, as the one the doctor brought to your attention, seems to run rampant in the city. I'd also like to know if the warnings about the Purif rundown have reached the civil servants in your department, and that the financial disclosure form 700 was also provided them should they decide to take the Purif rundown. I'd also like to advise that if they take that rundown, they should not be allowed disability
Thank you.
for
That's
the.
time.
Thank you.
Caller Audit LA, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Good morning. I'm calling about the Church of Scientology, or the Cult of Scientology, and their application for a street vacation. They have hired that agency, and Mr. Bill Delvac is trying to get them the street vacation. But this street goes to a hospital. This street belongs to the community, and the community is sick and tired of being held hostage because of Scientology. I am going to ask that everybody please do everything to stop the street vacation. It is a public street. There's not even, they're saying it's no parking, and there's no proof that the city that this is a no parking street. It's enough. They've been holding hostage with all these, like, for years and years, like decades now, holding the street and this community hostage. Enough. The people are speaking up. We're tired of it. We want our street back. And we want the children, free. They don't see, they want it closed so you can't see what's going on. Like these two children that actually tried to escape. They
Thank you.
tried
That's
to, but they
time.
were snatched up.
Caller Muriel, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm also calling about the planters. It's time to get them removed. Secondly, regarding the street vacation, it's just a way to try and separate everyone who is committed to billion years in Scientology, to be separated them from the rest of the society. And it's damaging also the movement of the neighbors. Also regarding the permits, you need to stop giving permits to Church of Scientology every single week on L. Ron Hubbard Way. It's just not sustainable. No one is attending. They are just blocking the street there from access from peaceful protesters. And if you have received any kind of videos showing any kind of disruptive behavior, we have also seen them, and it's only regarding a couple of people, and we are not those people. We just want this issue to be resolved as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Gigi's phone, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Yes, so I do not want to discourage anyone from coming to Public Works and asking Public Works to help them. But we've been here, multiple people, since like June, asking for them to remove planters. 251 of them that have been cited as being illegal. They've been told to remove them, and all we got so far is there's going to be like a hearing to remove them, but they're still there since June. 251 different violations, and they do nothing. And there's multiple people that call in every single meeting of Public Works, not just Public Works, but City Council and the different committees, and no one's doing anything about our issue. So I'm just letting people know, if you're coming to Public Works, there's going to be a long, long road ahead of you, because they don't seem to do anything, and I have no confidence in them at all. Thank you.
Thank you. Caller Carla, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Hello, good morning. I'm calling to echo all the concerns of the former people commenting here. In particular, I want to address the request to close the street and to vacate the street through lobbying. This is very concerning for all the reasons that were mentioned here. And on top of that, we have seen, and they're still happening, there are security guards in the perimeters of the blue building of Scientology, placed also on El Ron Hubbard Way with weapons. They have firearms. They have, I understand that they must have permission to do that, but that is very concerning. If on top of that, the city is giving them more territory, it's separating all the people who are behind the windows that are covering their faces and covering what's going on inside. It really reminds me of the situation of Waco. I'm very, very worried that this is happening in the middle of a city, people being held hostage inside.
Thank you. That's time.
And on top of that, guns.
Caller LI, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, how you doing? So this, I don't understand your city, how many times you just have to be told that not only are people all across America, but across the world are watching you, and you're like the laughing stock of the America. You're actually an embarrassment to America. Here on Long Island, we do things. We had corruption here, and we straightened out our corruption. We now have task forces in taking down people who are sex traffickers, child traffickers, kidnappers, you name it, we're doing it. Why can't you do that? What is wrong with all of you? It's like you don't care. It's a shame that your city is going downhill, and you just look like the laughing stock of the entire world. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Vice President Chavez, we have a couple of additional hands raised. Is it all right with you if I double check if they'd like to make general public comment or multiple item agenda comment? Thank you. Caller Nisa, would you like to offer general public comment or multiple agenda item comment?
Yeah, I'm going to try both of them.
You have 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Okay. Now those planters now have been there for a half a year now. Please do not let it go on to a year. This is ridiculous. Now you letting this Church of Scientology get away with it. Now, what's the problem? Why can't you just send a truck over and move them? Now, that's not so hard to do. I'll yield back the rest of my time.
Thank you. Caller Juju, would you like to offer general public comment or multiple agenda item comment today?
General, please.
You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
I'd like to give you a little bit of a history on Scientology. This so-called religion was invented by a science fiction writer in the 1950s. This is 2025. They've run that church. It's not a church, it's a cult. They run it like a mafia. It's a criminal organization. There's multiple lawsuits.
Caller, please restrict your comments to the matters within the subject jurisdiction of the board.
I am giving a public comment. I don't think you understand that this street that they're taking over has been under siege now since the 1970s when they bought that building. It's to hide all of the crimes that's being committed in there. The planters, the prickly rose bushes, the security guards, they run that place like North Korea. Armed guards,
Thank
one
you. That's
church.
time. Vice President Chavez, we have no more hands raised for general public comment.
Thank you. We are now closing general public comment and moving on to multiple agenda item comment. As a reminder, multiple agenda comment is an opportunity for members of the public to speak on more than one agenda item during multiple agenda item. Comment for up to 1 minute per item, up to 3 minutes total per meeting. This is the only time to speak on more than one agenda item. So Ms. Madsen, let's see, do we have any cards for multiple agenda public?
We do not.
Okay. We have some, let's go to the virtual then.
Caller Yvonne, you mentioned you'd like to speak on items 1 and 2. You have 2 minutes. You can go ahead.
Thank you. Item 1, paragraph 2 or section 2, the Recycle LA budget for that contract has an increase of 26%, and yet there's no increase of deliverables. And I'm concerned that you are just collecting plastic and then dumping it. Where is the end product going? Is it actually being recycled? Is it being turned into fences that are then fire damage or fire fuel for fire that can't be put out by a fire department? Where is the plastic ending up? Number 2, this contract is increased by 54% across the board, being shared by each of the subcontracts. And again, there's no justification for the increase. And I'm sorry, it's annoying that your budgets continue to go that way. I can't run my household that way. The city can't continue to run their contracts this way. It's just digging a bigger and bigger hole in the ground. The minutes of the comments that I'm making need to be recorded, and they continue to be ignored, and you need to be held accountable historically for ignoring the public comments, both in the general and in the items before you on this agenda. Thank you.
Thank you. Caller Audit LA, you indicated you wish to speak on all items. You have 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Good morning. Before you start my time, I'd like to have a point of clarification. Welcome. I guess are you the new permanent executive? And if so, are you the person that we reach out to for CPRAs, or do we still reach out to Mr. Knight? If you could clarify that. You could do it after I'm done speaking. That's fine. But and welcome. But okay. With the encumbrances, okay, I'm glad that that the city is paying its bills. It's showing responsibility. We went to a neighborhood council where they took a year to pay their bills, and I hope that's not the case here. I hope you're timely. I hope you keep us where we have a good reputation. But when it comes to money going out, you have to remember there's money coming in, because this commission, a lot of money goes through you guys, and a lot of money that to me is way above and beyond what you should be spending. And I feel that you guys do, you also let a lot of money on the table that could be used to pay these bills. There's a lot of bills here. And, like I see you guys drop fees. Like if somebody violates the rules and they're assessed a fine, you drop the fines. And I don't understand why. Is it just a part of doing business? I mean, but then there's no accountability, right? Because then you could break the law. Like look at what we're going on with the planner situations that you've been listening to since June. Okay, yes, they give out saying that they have to remove them, but no fines assessed. And if fines were assessed, guess what? They can come here and ask for it to be dropped, and it'll be dropped. But this is income, okay? It's okay to assess fines and to keep them. Now, when it comes to the bids that I see you're going to be doing, I've been bringing up the attention that people don't, they laugh and scoff when you say beware of slave labor. Okay, but we have, if there is slave labor going on, okay, and it's not, what it is that there may be a larger corporation, and this is something that the Church of Scientology does. There's others too. It's not just them, and they have people that they have within their groups, like say the people in the Sea Org, they're making $47 a week for 110 hours of labor. That's slave labor. They call it religious, a religious thing. I call it slave labor. And so you could have this organization that it has the bid, but they're not properly paying their people for whatever reason. And I don't think that the city really looks into that enough. And I've seen some cases coming up in California, mind you, about this kind of thing. And it needs to be watched out and monitored because it exists. Greed is everywhere, and greed finds a way. Okay. As far as the last one, about the street
That's time.
updates.
Thank you, Speaker.
Okay.
Speaker Muriel, you indicated you wish to speak on all items. You have 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Thank you. I was going through the agenda, and I can see there's a lot of points. For example, number 6 regarding the sewer rehabilitation work. That is very, very good work. But at the same time, you should think of mitigating the need for this type of work. For example, on L. Ron Hubbard Way, where underneath the road there is a tunnel that their slave workers are doing.
Caller, can you please
Without any-
identify which agenda item to which you are speaking?
Okay, so regarding the sewerage, they could be damaging the sewerage that is going underneath L. Ron Hubbard Way because they are doing unauthorized work in the tunnel under the road. And there's no kind of supervision regarding that. Regarding point 7, regarding the street improvement, you should also mitigate the risk of the streets getting ruined. For example, the planters on L. Ron Hubbard Way that have already been damaging the sidewalks over there. And who's going to pay for the bill to get this issue fixed? It's not going to be the Church of Scientology who has put the planters there. It's going to be the city of Los Angeles. So you should really pay attention on what we're saying, because this is going to be costing you money in the end anyways. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you. Caller Gigi's phone, you indicated, or I see that you raised your hand. You wish to offer multiple agenda item comment today.
Yes, I would like to talk about all these encumbrances on the items.
Please indicate which items you're wishing to speak on.
Let's just do, because the time, let's just do like 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. So
You have 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. Item 1 right now, encumbrance. That is a lot of money right there. And like Audit was saying, there's other ways that you guys could be making money that would help with this. I see so much come to you guys where you guys have to pay for this, that, people coming back, for more money afterwards. And it's a large amount of money. And I know that the city's kind of struggling with money too at the same time. I'm just wondering what you guys could do if you were seeking the fines for 251 planners that have been in violation for several months. And if there was a daily fine applied to 251 of those planners, would that be enough to cover one of these items? I know item 1 is a lot of money alone, but I feel like 251 times several months, at a daily rate of a fine could take a huge chunk out of this. So I wish that you guys would enforce fines, not just with what we're talking about, but around the board, and use fines to get more money, because there's too much money going out and not enough money coming in. Thank you. I yield time.
Thank you. Vice President Chavez, we have no more hands raised for multiple item agenda comment.
Okay, multiple agenda item, public comment is closed. We'll move to the next order of business, which is approval of the minutes. Do I have a second to my motion to approve the minutes from January 29th?
Second.
Ms. Mattson, we have a first by myself and a second by President Pro Tem Grant.
Great, we'll take the roll beginning with you, Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner King.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell.
Aye.
All ayes, the item is adopted and carries forthwith.
All right, moving on to the next item. I'm going to propose that without objection, we approve on consent items 2, 3, 4, and 5. All ayes, the item is adopted. Seeing none, we're going to, are there any public comment items on those? Without objection, we approve on consent.
One minute, we're having a quick technical issue.
4 and 5. We're getting stereo surround over here. All right.
Okay.
Motion.
Yes, so am I understanding that there's a motion on the table to move items on consent?
Yes, items 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Seconded.
We'll take the roll call beginning with you, Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner King.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell.
Aye.
All ayes. These items are adopted and carries forthwith. It's items 2, 3, 4, and 5.
All right, we'll move to regular item number
I'm
1.
so sorry, Vice President Chavez. That was just the motion to approve the items on consent, and so now we need to actually take them on consent.
What?
So we voted to put the items on consent. That was all ayes. Thank you, commissioners. And now we'll take another vote to approve the items that are now on the consent docket.
I'll move to approve the consent.
Second.
Great. We have a move of approval from Commissioner King and a second from President Pro Tem Grant. We'll take the roll. Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner King.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell.
Aye.
All ayes, the items are adopted and carries forthwith. And thank you to Devin for that correction for us.
All right, next order of business, we're going to go to item number 1 on the agenda, which is a Bureau of Sanitation and Office of Accounting requesting board approval and execution of an authority for expenditure in the amount of $450,000. Do we have James Rosca here from Bureau of Sanitation?
Yes, good morning, Vice
Please
President.
proceed.
Good morning, Vice President Chavez, Commissioners Grant, Mitchell, Kang, Executive Officer, City Attorney, and Bureau Representatives. My name is James Rosca, Environmental Engineer with LA Sanitation and Environment, and we are here today to request the board's authorization for an authority for expenditure for the Solid Resources Curbside Program. This AE is to pay solid waste management fees to the LA County Public Works in the amount of $450,000 for this fiscal year. For some background on the Curbside Solid Resources Program, LA San provides weekly collection to approximately 750,000 single-family households and small apartment complexes, typically 4 units or less. We provide black bin service for refuse, blue bin service for recyclables, and green bin service for organic waste. LA San annually disposes approximately 3,800 tons per day of black bin material. This is refuse that goes to landfills, and this material is subject to the LA County solid waste management fee. The primary landfill that the city and LA San uses is Sunshine Canyon, which is within the city's borders up in Sylmar in the valley, and our trucks from the valley go directly to the landfill and dump directly at the landfill there. For the regions of the city south, so West LA, North Central, South LA, and Harbor, we utilize transfer stations. These are facilities that are located within the districts where the waste is dumped, and then it is consolidated into larger transfer trucks to then go to the landfill for the final disposal. This is in order to reduce the amount of traffic and number of vehicles on the road, and it makes the collection just more efficient, taking it to localized facilities rather than driving further distances. One of the secondary landfills that we use is the Waste Management El Sobrante landfill. They receive approximately 600 to 800 tons per day of that material, and it is primarily transported through the city's Central LA Recycling Transfer Station here in downtown. This material is transported to El Sobrante, which is located in Riverside County. So this is an important clarification that it's outside of the county borders. Based on the county public code, any waste that's transported outside of LA County is subject to the solid waste management fee, which is $1.50 per ton. So this is why we need to go through an authority for expenditure to basically pay this administrative fee, the $1.50 per ton, for the material that we're transporting to El Sobrante landfill. This amount is an annual AE that we go to, so it is basically an administrative item we come to the board for every year. It is in the same dollar amount because the county solid waste management fee has not increased, and the amount of material we take to El Sobrante on a regular basis also has not increased. So as such, we are requesting the authority for the solid waste for the solid waste management fee. It is paid through the city's solid waste resource revenue fund and has no impact to the general fund. With that concludes my presentation. I can answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Colleagues, any questions? All right. Do we have any public comment on this item, Ms. Mattson?
We do not.
Okay. So do we have a motion?
I'll move.
Second.
All right. We have a first by Commissioner King and a second by President Pro Tem Grant.
Great. We'll take the roll, beginning with you, Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner King.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell.
Aye.
All ayes. This item is adopted and carries forthwith.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. We already approved items 2 through 5, so we'll move to item number 6, which is the specification submitted for board adoption and authorization to advertise for the invitation of bids. Let's see, for the Figueroa primary sewer rehabilitation from 87th to 108th. Let's see, do we have no staff? Okay. So do we have a motion to?
So move.
Second.
Great. We have a first from President Pro Tem Grant and a second from Commissioner Mitchell.
Great. We'll take the roll call, beginning with you, Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner King.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell.
Aye.
All ayes. The item is adopted and carries forthwith.
All right. Item 7 is an oral report from Bureau of Street Services. Status update on major street improvement projects.
Good morning, Vice President Chavez, Commissioners, and Bureau representatives. This report comes from our Executive Director, Keith Mose. My name is George Gopal, and I'm a superintendent with the Street Renewal Division of the Streets LA. This information is being provided to keep the public informed on the upcoming resurfacing projects and to minimize the impact on the community as well as delays. For additional information or concerns, you can contact our coordinating section for the of the Street Renewal Division. There are no major street projects scheduled in the Metro or Valley resurfacing regions during the week of February 9th to February 15, 2025. However, we will provide an update on our 24-25 pavement preservation program. During the week of February 9th through February 15th, the Metro and Valley regions will complete 17 projects resulting in 9.8 lane miles. The press releases were distributed and notifications have been issued. Streets LA has coordinated with the council officers to assist with the outreach to the stakeholders. We have coordinated with the Los Angeles Department of Transportation for traffic control and assistance. This information is also available on the Streets LA website. And this concludes my report.
Great, thank you so much. Colleagues, do we have any questions? Street services? All right, seeing none, we're going to, let's see, do we vote on this oral report or no? We are just gonna note and file it. Thank you so much. Ms. Mattson, is there any other items left on the desk?
Nope, our desk is clear, and that's the end of today's agenda items.
Great, and with that, we conclude today's meeting. Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you. It's 10:36.